All right, let's dive straight into the deep end. This is our explainer on the metaphysical structure of creation, exactly as articulated by the entity known as Ra. We're going to be examining the very architecture of consciousness itself, using the precise, advanced terminology from the source material. No softening, no sugarcoating.
Now, this is the foundational axiom. We have to start here. This isn't just a poetic sentiment. It is the core operating principle of the law of one. Every star, every thought, every single mind-body-spirit complex is an individuation of a singular original consciousness. To understand anything that follows, you have to hold this premise firmly in mind.
So, here's the journey we're taking today. We're going to chart the course of this consciousness through its evolution. We'll start with the fundamental framework, the octave of beingness. Then, we'll zero in on our current reality, the third density, and its crucial choice. We'll unpack the progression mechanism, the harvest, and then explore what awaits in the fourth density and beyond. And finally, we'll look at the ultimate destination, the return to intelligent infinity.
Okay, let's lay the groundwork. Ra presents creation not as some random series of stages, but as a highly structured, almost musical progression, an octave of beingness. Each level, each note in this scale, is a distinct vibratory complex. It's a specific frequency in the grand symphony of consciousness.
So, what do we really mean by density? Well, the term Ra uses is vibratory complex, and it's important to understand this isn't just a location or a dimension in the way science fiction might use the term. No, it's a quantum of awareness. It's a specific set of lessons and limitations that define a whole spectrum of experience, all for the creator to know itself.
This cosmic octave begins with the most fundamental states of being. You have the first density. That's the consciousness of the elements, the raw awareness of rock, of water, of wind. Then comes the second density, which introduces the catalyst of growth, the striving of all biological life, from a microbe to an ape, pushing towards self-awareness. And that process culminates right where we are now, third density. This is where consciousness finally folds back on itself and is presented with one singular, absolutely crucial task. And that brings us to us, our current reality. This incredibly complex illusion of separation that we live in, it has one primary function. It is the crucible of choice. It is the locus of polarity.
And I really want to land this point because it can't be overstated. Every single interaction, every experience that prompts a reaction from you, what Ram calls a catalyst, is engineered. It is designed to elicit this one fundamental choice in the mind/body/spirit complex. That is the defining lesson plan of this entire vibratory complex.
And here it is. This is the choice. On one hand, you have the path of service to others. This is the path that recognizes the creator in every other self, understanding that to serve another is to serve the whole. On the other hand, you have the path of service to self. This path seeks to understand the creator by mastering and controlling other selves, viewing them as separate resources to be absorbed. And let's be clear, both are considered valid evolutionary paths. One moves toward unity, the other intensifies separation to an extreme.
Okay, so once this choice is made, and more importantly, demonstrated, how does a consciousness actually transition from one density to the next? Well, this is done through a process that Ra calls the harvest. It's really the central question of evolution within this whole system, right? How is progression actually achieved? The answer has absolutely nothing to do with what you believe, what words you say, or what group you belong to. It is a matter of pure physics, or more accurately, metaphysics. Let's be really precise here. The harvest is not a judgment. It's a cosmic, energetic sorting mechanism. Think of it like this. At the end of a long cycle, the planet's own base vibration rises. Those beings whose personal frequency already resonates with that new, higher density are naturally drawn forward. It is simply a matter of energetic compatibility.
And this quote from Ra just hammers the point home beautifully. He's explicit. The only metric is the vibratory rate of the individual. Your entire being, all your thoughts, all your actions, your core intentions, they all create a single resonant frequency. To be harvestable, that frequency simply has to exceed a minimum threshold of either positive or negative polarity. That's it.
So for those who achieve that requisite positive polarization, what's the next step in the octave? What comes next? Well, that is the fourth density, which Ra refers to as the density of love or understanding. Imagine a reality where the very nature of existence is fundamentally different. The veil of separation, the one we experience so profoundly, thins to the point of transparency. You are just inherently aware of the thoughts and the vibrations of others. Deception isn't just difficult, it's literally impossible. This is a plane that is defined by compassion, where individual differences are harmonized through a shared group understanding, not through conflict.
And here's the kicker. According to Ra, this isn't some far-off future event. Our planetary sphere, Earth itself, is in the process of this transition right now, increasing its own vibration to become a fourth-density environment. And this energetic shift is said to be the root cause of many of the physical and societal upheavals we're seeing, what Ra calls the ruptures in its outer garment.
Now, beyond the fourth density, the entire game changes. The nature of evolution shifts from the individual to the collective. And the primary vehicle for consciousness in these higher planes is something Ra terms the social memory complex.
So this is a crucial point. A social memory complex is not some hive mind where your individuality is erased. It's more like individual mind/body/spirit complexes merge their experiences and their memories into a shared pool, but they still retain their own unique differentiation. Think of it as a planetary consciousness, where all experiences become available to all members, all for the purpose of accelerating the group's evolution.
And the lesson plans just keep getting more refined, more intense. The fifth density focuses on wisdom. It's about honing the compassion gained in the fourth density with real intellectual and spiritual rigor. And this all culminates in the sixth density, the density of unity. This is where the polarity of love and wisdom is finally balanced, creating a consciousness that is a complete and unified expression of the Creator. Finally, we arrive at the purpose of this entire cosmic octave. What is the point of all this? Where is this grand, complex evolutionary journey actually leading? Well, it's a return to the very source from which it all began.
And this is the great cosmic cycle. The one creator fractures itself into infinite points of experience just so it can know itself from every possible perspective. The journey through the densities is the structured, ordered path by which all those fractured pieces of the creator gather experience, evolve in awareness, and ultimately, consciously reintegrate with the source of all being, intelligent infinity.
But how is this final return actually achieved? It's not a passive thing. You don't just wait it out. Ra is very clear. The gateway to intelligent infinity is opened through a conscious, working understanding of the universe's energetic nature. It's about learning to perceive and align with the in-streamings of intelligent energy that literally constitute reality itself.
So we end right back where we started, with the choice. According to this material, saying the words, "I choose," is utterly meaningless. The choice is demonstrated moment by moment through every thought, every word, every single action. It is measured not by your belief, but by the very vibration of your being. And so the only pertinent question really is a personal one. How are you demonstrating yours?